Good morning, guys. It is a great day to be in room 625. It is. Today, we are going to move on from adding, subtracting, and multiplying, and dividing fractions into the world of converting between fractions, decimals, and percents. The first one we're going to work on today is converting from a decimal to a percent. And to change a decimal into a percent, we just move the decimal 2 places to the right. Move decimal 2 places to the right. And the reason we do that is percent, we'll learn more about it later, but percent means, it comes from Latin to mean out of 100. You think the word cent, it's 100 cents in a dollar, that's 100 years in a century. And how many zeros does the number 100 have? It has 2 zeros. So we're always going to move it 2 places to the right. So I come here to 0 and 53 hundredths. To change it to percent, all I have to do is go 2 places to the right. My decimal is now there. The 0 beforehand, I don't need to worry about. So this is 53%. Right here, move it 2 places to the right. 1, 2, my decimal is now there. I have an empty loop, so like with everything we've done so far this year, we add a 0 in the empty space. Don't need to worry about that 0 anymore. I'm left with 20%. Go over here. I have 31 5/10. 1, 2. My decimal is now there. So I have 3,150%. Let's go down here. I have 6 tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. 600 thousandths. I go 1, 2 places to the right. It is now there. I am left with 0.006. I can leave one of those zeros there. I don't need these two. I just need one before the decimal percent. So even though we are converting a decimal to a percent, there will be sometimes that decimal is still left on our answer, but we've still done our job. It's still a percent. Here I have 8, a whole number. 8 doesn't have a decimal, but we've talked about it this year that all numbers have a decimal, even if we don't see it. And just like a period comes at the end of a sentence, a decimal comes at the end of a number. So my decimal is right there. I'd go 1, 2 places to the right. My decimal's not there, so it'd be 800%. I can write my decimal there. That's correct. We don't need it though. When the decimal comes at the end of a number, we don't usually write it. So 800% is fine, just like that. And on this one, I have 0.4, but you notice there's a bar above the 4. That bar tells us that number is repeating. So this would be the exact same as 0.444444, on and on and on forever. I try a couple of 4s because we still follow the same procedure. We take that decimal and we move it 2 places to the right. So I go 1, 2, it is now there. So I have my 44 before the decimal. I have my decimal. And if you notice, after my decimal, my 4s are still repeating. So I put a 4, the repeating sign, and the percent. So right here, 53%, 20%, 3,150%, 6,007%, 800%, and 44.4% repeating are our answers. So to change a decimal into a percent, all we have to do is go to the right 2 places. The way I remember that is I like to think of an alphabet above my chalkboard. If I had an alphabet, it'd be A, B, C, D would be right here, E, F, G, and P would be somewhere over there. If I'm starting at D, a decimal, and I want to move to a percent, which is a P, I move to the right on my alphabet. And I just do it 2 times because there's 2 zeros in the number 100.